OTC Studios is a brick filmer on YouTube with about 543 subscribers. He's most well known for his Lego Batman videos and his Lego Payday 2 videos, but I'm not going to go over either of those today. I'm going to go over my favorite and his most recent series, his Lego Superman series, and to be more specific, episode 2 of that series because it's the most recent video that has come out on his channel. So, before I get into the warning, I would like to state that I did co-write this video, so there's going to be a bit of a bias, I guess you would say, in the writer section, because I do think it's pretty damn well written. I mean, personally, I didn't write a whole bunch of it. I wrote a couple of bits and whatnot, and I kind of fixed some of the sections that OTC had written. But no, it's predominantly a lot of OTC stuff. He comes up with the main idea and the outlines. It's like what Vince Gilligan says from Breaking Bad. You know, dialogue is a cherry on top, but it doesn't support the ice cream, which is the structure. You know, it's kind of like that. But yeah, let's get into the warning.
Hey guys, Brandon here with the warning. This is constructive criticism to show what a good brick film is, you know, because I make them. Yeah, I definitely make good brick films. That's right, guys. 25%, beat that, guys. Anyways, that's a good one. I'm not gonna lie. If you want to fill out the Google form, links in the description. If you want to submit your brick film, you know, you could just put the option for your brick film that you want to be reviewed, and then you can just send me a link, and it'll be considered.
Now, I'm going to start out with the animation, which is what I find the weakest part of OTC Studios videos. The animation is pretty alright, in my opinion. You know, the arm movements are really the worst part, because there's an illusion of easing in and easing out in the arm movements and all the movements, really, but I don't know if it's there. But it works for the frame rate that he's animating at, so at least that's a good part. He's not trying to do a bunch of frames and do it at 12 FPS, you know, some of that bullshit you see, or do, like, very little frames at 30 FPS because, oh wow, my video's at 30 FPS, guys, makes it better. But no, his animation is decent. What does get a little bit up above average is some of his techniques, like his running style. I think is just terrific. I love the way his run cycles look, and I feel a lot of his action scenes work very well with the way he not just animates, but the way he edits all the masking and whatnot. I think it looks perfect, and that's really where I stand on OTC's animation. It's pretty average to alright. Moving on to the characters, I'm going to start out with Superman, and let me go on a little tangent for a second. Superman in this video is actually portrayed in a serious light, unlike in the other two brick films that I've reviewed with Superman, which are Forrest and Gregory Animations videos, which now, if you want to check those out, they're right in the playlist, if you know what I'm saying. I'm fuck with you. You can check them out if you want or not. Who gives a fuck? But the character Superman himself in this video is fantastic, in my opinion. This is how you portray Superman. He feels very genuine, like Superman should. You know, very almost comic accurate, like. You know, just I feel the way that the character is used here. You know, the way he revolves around the plot, what he does. You know, he barely makes it through. He takes time out of his day to save people. He doesn't save people because, oh, my father told me, ain't it? No, I think the way that they portrayed Superman here is brilliant, and OTC, that was a great job of portraying him. Moving on to some of the other characters, I'm going to move on to Lobo. Lobo's also portrayed pretty great here. There's not going to be much wrong with the characters category, guys. I'm just going to say that now. This is fantastic in my opinion. But Lobo in here is, you know, he's a grueling badass who is hired by Granny Goodness to you know, go stop Superman, which of course he doesn't do. And the way he portrays himself, you know, like when he talks to Bruno Mannheim and Granny Goodness, and when he fights against Superman, you know, the stuff he does, it seems very warranted and something that Lobo would do, because, you know, Lobo isn't, you know, hey, I'm Deadpool in the DC universe, guys. You know, all I do is I go out and I make fourth wall jokes. Ha ha ha, funny. No, the way that he portrays him here is actually very brilliant, and I really like it. Moving on to Lois Lane. In this video, I guess this is the character that I like the least, the most. She's the most 50-50 character to me. You know, I like a lot of her parts. I like the way she's portrayed a lot, but sometimes she's just like a bit too snappy to conclusions, you know. And sometimes, like, I guess she's trying to prove herself, but the way she does seems very asshole-ish. Like, I get that's like a flaw, but I don't think it's portrayed as a flaw here. I think it's just portrayed as, you know, oh, she's being good because she rebutted Perry with witnesses, you know. It's not portrayed in a light that I see Lois Lane in personally. I know she's a reporter, and reporters, you know, journalistic integrity is bullshit to them, you know. It's a thing made up to them to make themselves look better. But I feel that I feel that she's portrayed pretty decently here, but I think she could be portrayed better. I get character flaws. I do get that. That could be a valid criticism to this point, but I just don't see it. I see it as more of like the character just being an asshole to be an asshole. Also, sicking up Clark like that, like, what are you doing? Moving on to Jonathan Kent, he's another character I'm kind of 50-50 of. I'm not talking about voice acting at all because, like, it's a very controversial role here. This is going to be that's going to be in the voice acting segment. But I'm talking about Jonathan Kent himself and the way he's portrayed. I feel like in this scene where he's, like, in the house and whatnot, he's just kind of, it's kind of like Lois where he's just like, I'm sure what he saw, like, really? I don't know. I think he's more of I get that he's like a dick, but like I don't think he's like that type of douchebag dick, you know? He's more of like a humble dick, honestly, more of the farmer type, you know, the ones that CJ likes to beat up in his videos. But yeah, I don't care too much for the Jonathan Kent the way he's portrayed in here, but I see where it comes from. Moving on to good old Jimmy Olsen, Jimmy Boy. Hey, guess who voiced him? Me. That'll not come up in the voice acting segment because that'll pretty much be biased. But Jimmy Olsen is portrayed really well here, honestly. I think the way he's portrayed is better than a lot of these characters. I mean, not Superman or Lobo. Those are just portrayed fantastically. But the way Jimmy Olsen is portrayed here is just awesome. I think the way OTC writes his lines is perfect. You know, he's definitely that comic relief that is needed in these videos because there isn't too much comic relief in here. I mean, you could say the beginning. You know, I'm not going to review character Bully. I'm not going to review that. But I guess that's all I really have to say for the characters. Let's move on to the voice acting. Now, before I go with the voice actors, what I do want to start and say is that a lot of these people have voiced in my videos, and a lot of these people are my friends, but you know why I had them voiced in my videos? Because they're just so damn good at voice acting. Starting out naturally with It's Just Matt as Superman, I mean, what he brings to this character is actually kind of brilliant, because I think he has the perfect voice for, say, a Superman who's like this stoic. I think it's perfect in my opinion. You know, the casting of It's Just Matt's brilliant. You know, I'm pretty sure in his series he does play two Justice League members, which is, you know, it's a little weird, but you know, it could pass off. But I think It's Just Matt's performance of Superman is really good. Energetic Dre's performance of Lobo is actually, you know, Energetic Dre. You know, I've shit on him a lot before, and you know, he has some bad performances every once in a while. You know, when he plays certain characters and he doesn't get a good direction. You know, I actually talked to him about this like on a voice call about a month ago or 2 months when I released that Brandon review. But yeah, no, he did a fantastic job here. Because I think OTC's a brilliant director when it comes to these videos, and he actually gives everyone all the resources they need to do their voice lines very well. And I think what Energetic Dre did here is actually pretty fantastic. Definitely an improvement from some of the other stuff I've seen him in. Now Audrey Bacon as Lois Lane is kind of a story where I'm gonna go. You know, she did good a lot actually. She did good in most of the parts, but there's a couple of lines out of there that are just like witnesses, Perry, witnesses. I know you all saw that one coming. That just came out of a conversation where like Perry was just like, so with what, she was like, Lois, with what sources? And then she just snapped at him. It was a very odd time to snap in my opinion. It did not need to be needed. So Audrey Bacon, you know, she did a good job with, I guess, what she wanted. So I think that's pretty good. Moving on, we have Jonathan Kent, aka Thick Boy, aka Gregory Animations, Beautiful Daddy. Now here's another one. This is probably the most controversial role in the video because a lot of people were like, oh yeah, his voice is pretty off, you know, because it is. Half of it is. Like, in the house, you know, Jonathan Kent sounds really condescending. It doesn't work right there, and you know, outside he doesn't sound perfect, but I think what really redeems this role for me is when he's inside the shack and he shows the shack, it's a shed, and he shows the time machine, and he really explains what it is to Clark and how it could affect human life. I feel like the way that was played by Gregory Animations was brilliant, and that's what really brings this role up to me from like a 4 out of 10 to say a 6 out of 10 or 6.5. I think that's great. Jake Green, aka Jack Green, aka Green Brick Studios. He did a pretty great job with Perry. I mean, you know, Perry does sound a little you know, weird, but what are you gonna do? Jake Green's a bit of a weird retard himself, so that's what we got. I mean, Jake Green did a fantastic job with what he did. I think what he did with his acting. I think that's really all I have to say about the voice acting. So I already said that OTC and I co-wrote this video, so the writing section right here is going to be a little weird, but I think I can do it very well, you know, with the basic structure and whatnot. So, the story of this video is that, while Superman, you know, he's still out on the prowl, he's still out in the world, you know, he just defeated, Inner Gang, Inner Gang got snitched on. So, what happens now is that Bruno Mannheim hires Lobo to, kill Superman, and, you know, Granny Goodness comes along and tries to kill Superman too, because she knows that, the threat needs to be eliminated, and, you know, it takes her away from the parademons and whatnot, you know, and they don't want to get Darkseid involved. They don't want to get Darkseid involved or whatever. You know, Lois Lane's trying to get her story about Superman published, and you know, Jimmy Olsen's having a grand old time in the video. You know, it is actually more of a straightforward story than I can even I could say. This is how you do a story though. It's cohesive. It's written well. You know what's happening. I mean, you know what's happening, but I just can't describe it because I'm shit at that. But it's the way to write a story. You don't fucking write it like, oh, Spider-Man needs more money. Spider-Man wrestles. Spider-Man uses his powers for money. 10 out of 10 story. No, I think the way you should write a story is the structure should be at least cohesive. It shouldn't be stupid bullshit coming out of nowhere. And I feel like this is a great story to move along the season.